Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. HGVtalks, my little podcast where I kind of just sit here and talk to myself for a little while, eat some ice cream because I deserve a treat. This is gonna be my New Year resolution podcast. I did one last year and I rewatched it in the last episode, and I wanted to go over it again, pretty much. So, first things first, hope everyone had good holidays. My Christmas and everything was going really good. Went really good, not was going, it did go really good. So that's always a nice thing. Hosted Christmas Eve, which was exhausting, but a good time. And now I am such a fan of New Year's. It's honestly one of my favorite, like, holidays, if you want to call it a holiday. Um, I just feel like it's a good time to reset everything that you would think about the holiday is what people, as stereotypical as it is. I think it's awesome. So, with that being said, I'm going to review my last year's goals and kind of update them and look forward to next year. Um, so my goals, I don't know if I went over this last episode too, but I started the year with YouTube at 355 subs. I am now at 1,448 subs as this recording, and all-time views, I was at 108,000 views. This was before YouTube Shorts were a thing, so that was honestly really good. I think Shorts weren't a thing at that point. Actually, could be wrong. I don't know. But this year, actually, if I go to 2022, yeah, 2022, I got 650,000 views, which was actually insane. That's honestly an insane number to even think about. I can't even begin to describe how crazy that feels to me to get that much on YouTube. And then also on Facebook, my Facebook year was actually insane as well. Facebook, I had my goal. I was at 145,000 followers. I think I talked about this last episode too, but I was at 145,000, and I had my goal set to. Let me get this exact number. I had my goal set to 150,000, but at some point this year they merged likes and followers, so it changed the number. And I think they deleted a bunch of bots or something like that. So my follower number actually I increased by 1,500 over the year, but I have 143,600 followers as of this recording. So update my goals to that. I'm gonna remove my supporter goal from Facebook because I don't stream over there in my CCV. Engaged followers, we were at 580. At this moment, we are at 1,388. The reason I keep that in mind is because if you ever want to be partnered on Facebook, you need 3,000 engaged followers. I've never really gotten close, but I figured I'd give it a check. Next is TikTok. My TikTok, at the time of the last recording, I had a video popping off, so I was at 700 followers, and now I'm at 2,015. I had 40,000 likes, and now I have 126,000 likes. Pretty much all of that is from one video. It was that same video. I don't really go too crazy with TikTok. I just like to keep track of it. I stream that once in a while. As a content creator, it's sort of just something you do. You gotta kind of be on every single platform. Twitter is a platform I kind of gave up on. I was at 580 followers. I'm now at 611. I barely used Twitter this year, like at all. To me, it's kind of lost its appeal. It still is one of the platforms where companies tend to see someone with like a good Twitter following and they get a lot of likes and retweets and they think that's important. I don't know why, but I really don't like using it. Instagram, I use it to post reels and stuff on there a little bit here and there. I was at 630. I'm now at 790 followers. In Twitch, we are at 710 followers. So that's the current situation we're in. I can actually switch the face cam over to this file so you guys can see. Not that it's really probably that necessary, but if you want to see all the numbers in case you didn't hear them correctly or whatnot. All right. Now my goals for YouTube. I'm at 1,400. I'm growing at a better rate now. I'm getting like a couple hundred a month at this moment, so I want to scale that up. I think I'm gonna go with 10K. I've been thinking about this number a lot. 10K subs on YouTube by the end of the year is my goal. Facebook, I'm gonna leave that at 150. Now that they kind of sorted out the likes and follows and I'm gaining them at a certain amount, I think 150,000 Facebook followers is a good goal. TikTok, I'll put 10K. I really don't care. Twitter and Instagram, I'm not even gonna worry about those. And the next thing I'm gonna do is Twitch. These are the only kind of goals I have as far as content creating is these. Last year, I put my concurrent viewership around 15 for Facebook. That's kind of what I was at. Which it wasn't. I was at a slower point in my year. I was actually at a point where I was discussing and seriously considering going back to getting a full-time job because there's ups and downs with content creating, and I'm still in a position where a majority of my income is from donations from viewers, where you want to get to a point where ad revenue and pretty much ad revenue is paying your bills and donations are just bonuses kind of on top of that. And I'm getting closer to that now that I'm partnered on YouTube. The Facebook's been really consistently doing really well, even without streaming over there full time. And I mean, I still am super dependent on donations, but I'm getting closer to that point of being able to survive off the income I earn just off of ad revenue and things like that. So that's exciting. I was averaging about 15 viewers at the time. Saying what my average viewership is kind of tough. I switched over to Twitch, and I still do some days over on Facebook. I would say my average viewer base is probably 25 CCV, which is concurrent viewers. I would say I'm probably around 25. And followers on Twitch. What do I want to hit for followers? I think I just broke 700. I was at about 300 something, maybe 350 when I first switched over. So it's been a couple months. I've only got like 300 followers. Twitch is a little tough to gain followers on, unless you kind of pop off. I want to say 2,500. I'll say 2,500 followers will be my goal for Twitch. And I'm currently, I'd say, around 25 concurrent viewers, like I said. I would say if I had a goal, I would say 40 is my goal. Because I don't really, I've talked about this so many times, but I feel like every time I have the thought, I feel like I have to go over it again. So I'm concerned that if my viewership became like 60, 70, 80, 100 viewers, because of the way my chat and stuff is and the way I've built it, kind of like power and like, it's not power in numbers for me. It's like quality over quantity. It might be a bad wording for it, but I might only have 5 viewers or 10 viewers at a time if I'm playing certain games. My chat's still pretty active, and I still got a lot of like followers who, if I only have 10 people there, it's like 10 legit active people. It's not like 8 lurkers and 2 people chatting. So I think if I grew to like 40, 50, 60, that'd be like 40, 50, 60 people talking and having conversations, and that seems impossible for me to try to manage and deal with. So I don't know if I could ever aspire to have too much of a viewership over that, because I feel like if I ever got to a point where my viewership was starting to climb like crazy, I would lose like the essence of what I've built so far. So it's a weird line between the two of what I want to do and how much I want it to grow. I would love to have the YouTube and Facebook like people who watch like my pre-recorded content. Excuse me. I would prefer that for that to kind of pop off more and become bigger and a more stable revenue source for me, without it interfering with my streaming too much, which I kind of have been putting less effort into my streams, not for that reason, but I feel like it kind of balances it out for me. Where I'm not super consistent with my streaming schedule. I don't do a ridiculous amount of hours. I put more of my effort and planning into my pre-recorded content like YouTube and Facebook. So I think I'm gonna keep going with the schedule I'm going now. Um, I really feel like I like where it's going. I've been playing Tarkov a lot lately. Kills my viewership like overall. A lot of people don't like it, but there are a handful of people that do, and they like to stick around, hang out anyway. And then, new games come and go. Pokemon's always going to be involved in the channel one way or another, so I don't got to worry about that. I love playing Pokemon, so I can't really, complain or be concerned about playing other games and dropping viewership, because I know I can always go back to Pokemon if I was like, really desperate for viewership. But I've luckily not been kind of caught up in that desire to just have a lot of viewers. Like that viewer number doesn't really bother me or impact me much at all, which is a blessing and a curse, because some people will look at me like I'm a horrible streamer because I'm not taking advantage of things that are successful for me and like just doubling down on it and becoming extra successful. But it is what it is. I do things my way. I do this podcast right here. It gets 5 views a year. It's like the same person probably every single time. So if you're one of the people that watches this, I know I seen David left comments. I got that. I got those through Anchor. I saw the comments, which was actually pretty cool. But yeah, these podcasts get like no views at all, and I don't mind it at all. It is what it is. But yeah, I kind of like to do these just so I can look back at them. It's I remember when I first went full-time streaming, I seen a tweet from like less than a year earlier. It was my New Year's resolution going into 2021. Was it going into 2021? I think it was. I think my goal at the beginning of 2021 was I'll be a full-time content creator by the end of the year. And little did I know, 1 month later I would get fired from my job, and I would just be able to full send into full-time content creating. And it somehow has worked out, and we're going up on 2 years of it still going, which is absolutely insane. But I love it. I'm getting ready to plan for the 2-year anniversary of the full-time streaming, which is February 1st. Let me see what day that falls on. February 1st falls on a Wednesday. Oof. I'm doing it on Wednesday. I'm doing it on that day. That's what I did last year, and it was a blast. It was a crazy stream. Highest donation stream I've ever gotten. Up until this day, it's still the highest. We'll be doing a bunch of merch giveaways. I think I'm going to do exclusive merch for that day. That's kind of an idea I've had with my friend. I talked about in the last stream again, the last podcast. My friend who does the NB hoodies and the hat I have, the tan one. I'm thinking about making some like one-off merch and raffle them off to, the highest, either the highest sub gifters or donators in general, or maybe anyone. Every donation like gets your entry into the raffle. I don't know. It's gotta be something like that. I think last year I did anyone who like liked a certain comment. It was on Facebook, so you could like specific comments. Anyone who liked a comment, I would say like, this is entry for the $500 raffle, $600. Like when we hit certain goals, I was entering raffles like that. So I don't know if I want to do it that way again. When you see giveaway on a channel, people tend to go crazy, and it's kind of people won, and I sent them a hoodie and signed cards and all these things, and I never saw them again. It's like they showed up for one stream, won something, and dipped out. So I want to be able to reward people who are there for the longest time, and I don't know. I'll put some thought into it and figure it out. My wife offered to do emotes for the top 3 donators. She only ended up making one of them for Chris, and she still owes CJ and Austin uh, a sticker or an emote, whatever you want to call it. And so I'm not doing that again because I feel bad putting it on her. She offered it. I feel bad like that people are like, oh, I never got that, and I'm like, well, it was her idea, and I can't just like force her to sit down and like do her artistic thing. So I'll have to think of something else kind of special. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up with that. Just kind of a quick overview of the year. Happy New Year to everybody. I'm gonna be working on. Oh, you know what I should put into this? I'm gonna put a health goal. I want to be 170 pounds by the next time I record this. 170. Because I've been sitting between like 190 and 200 like this entire year. And I'm at my best, like my ideal weight to be is probably like 165, 170. I probably could even get lower than that, like realistically, but I tend to hold a lot of weight. I would look like scrawny if I got to like 150. Even though I'm only 5'6", 5'7", like I hold a lot of weight. I look heavy. I'm heavier than I look. So I want to get to like 170. That's my goal by the end of the year. I'm gonna try to really focus on the health this year. I'm getting older. Gotta pay attention to it. And that's it. That's the last goal I want to have. So thank you guys for watching this. If you guys do, just a short little update video and podcast. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.